Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and I'm back with another video from the Templin Institute. And today's video is about the Warlord-Class Battle Titan. Oh yeah. Now after the video, I will go over some of the Warhammer Fest stuff. Day 3 is going on right now at the time that I'm recording the video, so I don't know what has been posted yet, but when I get to it, I'll refresh to see if anything's been posted. Alright, so here we go.
There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter and the laughter of thirsting gods. Across the Imperium of Man, the resources of 1,000,000 worlds have been mobilized so that what remains of human civilization might resist the ever-present threats of aliens, heretics, mutants, and worse. From the medieval backwaters of feudal kingdoms to the vast manufactorums of the greatest hive cities, every manner of weapon is assembled, issued, and then turned against the enemies of mankind. No instrument of death is too small, nor too great, to not be considered for use. The inexhaustible armies of the Imperium have seen tens of millions charging the foe, armed with nothing but spears or bayonets. They have seen
Whatever
the flashes
works.
of lasguns and bolters within the struggle of urban conflict, the clash of mechanized armor across vast toxic wastelands, duels of artillery that reduce mountains to rubble beneath the weight of their shells, and great broadsides cast between naval vessels that turn hundreds of kilometers of open space into roiling cauldrons of death.
That would actually be
When war is
really
fought
cool
on
to
such a
see
scale,
broadsides
the
like that.
Individuals who wield such weapons, their dreams, hopes, and fears become inconsequential. To focus on such trivial concerns would be irresponsible, a dereliction of duty. The scale of war eclipses all. Yet there are greater moments when the very battlefield itself seems to fade into insignificance. These are the times when the Imperium deploys its greatest weapons, and the god machines walk the earth. They stride across the battlefield like the titans of myth for which they are named, great bipedal engines of war that rob the conflict of any nuance. They are the god engines of the Collegia Titanica, and while many classes of battle titans occupy their hallowed ranks, from the humble warhound to the towering imperator, the foundation of titanic warfare belongs to one alone, the Warlord-Class. The Warlord-Class Titan was designed to fit into the upper echelon of the Titanica's arsenal, trading speed and agility for protection and firepower.
And
Yet,
deploying
as
those
with
must
all
be
machines of
very
such
rare.
sophistication present
Like,
within the
very
Imperium of Man,
rare.
the secrets of their
I don't know how
design
many they
have been
have, but
fragmented and lost. A great breadth of deviation now exists across the class, split between various patterns and sub-variants. Additionally, divergences between Forge worlds ensure that even so-called standardized warlords can range wildly in size, armament, and complement. The average warlord produced to Mars Pattern Alpha or Lucius Pattern Beta specifications stands approximately 33 meters tall and weighs several thousand tons. This is a significant increase over the
33
Reaver-class
meters.
medium battle titan, yet still notably smaller than the heavy Warmaster class. Depending on additional factors, many warlords might be
108
larger or
feet.
smaller, and while certain reports list some variants reaching a staggering 200 meters tall, the truth of these claims is tenuous at best.
200
and likely the
meters
result
tall?
of
Really?
misidentification. Standardized
Almost
warlords boast
650
4 Titan-class
feet
weapon
tall.
hardpoints as their primary armament. Its two arms offer a range of configurations, from the anti-Titan Volcano Cannon and Plasma Annihilator to the Mori Quake Cannon, capable of inducing localized tectonic shifts and toppling enemy fortifications. Its
There must not be
shoulder-mounted
many of
hardpoints
them.
present further options for tactical flexibility, further supplementing its offensive firepower, countering airborne threats, or offering auxiliary support.
You know, there
Numerous
must
smaller
not be very
emplacements
many
are
of
present across the
these. The
structure,
amount of resources
intended
to make
engage
one
smaller targets at close range.
must just be massive.
Though impressive for its size, the Warlord's maneuverability is far less than that of smaller titans like the Warhound. As a consequence, it is designed to weather attacks rather than avoid them. The defensive capacity of a Warlord consists of heavily layered void shields covering extensive armor plating.
Okay, so it's meant to be
Much of
like a
this
tank.
is centered around
Or
the Titan's
tanky.
legs, preventing infantry from assaulting it with explosive charges.
That's actually a
In most
really cool
cases,
picture.
The Warlord is impervious to all but the most powerful of super heavy weapon emplacements. Control over the Warlord comes from a heavily armored cockpit situated within its immense armored head. A senior officer, known within the Collegia Titanica as a Princeps, directly commands the God Machine upon a neural interface command throne. From here, they preside over a supporting crew. The composition of this crew will differ depending on the model of Warlord. Some will contain a single pair of junior officers known as Moderati to serve as gunners, whilst others will consist of multiple specialists acting as weapons officers, steersmen, and sensor personnel.
Okay,
Almost
makes
all
sense.
Warlords will carry a pair of tech priests to effect field repairs, keep watch over the immense thermoplasma reactor that is at the Titan's heart, and help duplicate its volatile machine spirit when necessary.
Well, of course you'd want that.
Of the many subclasses and variants that exist within the Warlord family of Titans, the greatest differences are usually found in their primary armament. The Nightgaunt subclass in particular replaces the Warlord's long-range weaponry with melee-oriented power claws or chain fists, engaging enemy Titans in ferocious close-quarter combat. The Nemesis subclass strikes a different approach, limiting the Warlord's already meager maneuverability in favor of further armor and long-range firepower.
Okay, so they're like
The most
subclasses that
mysterious
specialize
and
in
rare
different
subclass,
things. Some
however,
for long
is the
range,
Warlord Sinister,
some for maybe artillery,
operated solely by
some
the
for
Titanic
close
Terranic
range,
within
which
the
makes
larger
sense.
Collegia. The Sinister has been almost completely overhauled to directly combat demons and the powers of the ruinous gods. In battle, it unleashes enormously powerful psychic energies, harnessed through a strange hybrid of forgotten technologies. How such machines like the Warlord Titan came to walk the battlefield has long since been lost. All that can be said with some degree of certainty is that they were created at some point during the dark age of technology. The spark of growth and unity that was the Great Crusade saw much knowledge of the ancient Titans recovered. For a brief moment, Mars and her sub-empire of Forged Worlds were able to reinforce their Titan legions before that progress was again swallowed in the fires of the Horus Heresy. In the millennia since, the Warlord is one of the few Titans whose specifications have been maintained across the Forge Worlds. A few even possess the secrets of creating more. Thanks to this
Really?
hoard of knowledge, Warlords are currently the most prolific model of Titan within the ranks of the Collegia Titanica and the Imperium of Man. However, it is not just the armies of the Emperor that play host to these god machines. The Black
Chaos.
Crusades of the arch-enemy can often be found with Warlord Titans at their heart. Ancient and irreplaceable, these are the last survivors of those Titan legions that turned on the Emperor during the Horus Heresy, or else have been stolen from Forged Worlds, or scavenged from battlefields in the intervening millennia. Exposed to the malign powers of the Warp, many are twisted shadows of their Imperial counterparts.
Yep, Chaos has them
When
too.
dedicated to one of the Chaos Gods, Traitor Warhounds are often renamed Bane Lords, Plague Lords, Pain Lords, or Warp Lords.
Makes sense.
Although their weapons may differ, imbued with ruinous energy, the most distinctive changes are their horribly mutated hulls. Some Traitor Titans will bear warped sections of plating reminiscent of grotesquely bulbous flesh or immense protrusions of bone. Though it is likely that their interiors are as twisted as their exteriors, little is known precisely of what the touch of chaos does to the inner workings of a Warlord, let alone its once living crew. Today, loyalist Imperial Warlords and their counterparts in service to the ruinous powers serve first and foremost as a super heavy weapons platform. They are focused on sheer offensive
looks
output
badass.
above all else.
Not gonna lie.
Though tactically flexible, depending on their loadout, Warlords are in their element when used to directly counter a single target. Whether these are immense void-shielded fortifications or other Titans makes little difference, as there are few things that can survive the undivided fury of a Warlord. Matching the greatest forces of the enemy in sheer firepower, they nevertheless suffer fundamental restrictions when engaging targets below a certain elevation. As such, Warlords require support from other units to ensure their protection from threats at close range.
Oh, of course.
Though the Warlord's offensive capability
I'm
allows
sure
it
there's
to be
only
an
so
anchor point
low
for Titanic
that those guns can
formations,
aim.
it would be ill-conceived to deploy a Warlord without an escort of Warhounds, Reavers, smaller Knight Titans, or even conventional armor and infantry. Commanders will therefore often use several
Makes sense,
Warlords
just
to
like
form the
normal
core
tanks
of a
will need
mixed
protection,
unit,
stuff like
using
that.
smaller Titans and Skitarii Maniples to act as screening forces. This allows the Warlords to freely engage their primary targets without fear of close assault. The Warlords are the workhorses of the Imperium's Titan
Or like
legions.
aircraft carriers, they need a support
Their
group
presence
because
on the
they'd be
battlefield provides the
defenseless.
same impact of all Titans, elevating the tactical theater to a different stage entirely, with the scale of offensive power and the dynamics of cover fundamentally shifted. The mere presence of a Warlord spells a complete change in the nature of a conflict. A
And that's
simple
so
soldier
badass.
cannot comprehend the scale of violence a Warlord operates at. As the Collegia Titanica itself eagerly proclaims, the title God Machine is an apt one. Yet, despite the Warlord's imposing presence and awe-inspiring power, only a fool would take them to be invincible. Whilst their presence has secured victories against seemingly impossible odds, just as many Warlords have been lost to the folly of overzealous commanders.
I mean, that is
The
understandable.
galaxy's long history has proved many times that if faced with a great enough foe, even a god may fall.
In Arsenal, the
damn.
Templin Institute
Alright, so there we go. The Warlord-Class Battle Titan. That was really cool. Yeah, just learning. I wonder how many of them there really are. There can't be that many. So, like I said, deploying those must be like very... I don't want to say like limited, but like very... like dire circumstances, if you will. You know, because you don't want to lose those or anything like that. Because, you know, I can only imagine the amount of supplies and materials you need to make one would just be ridiculous, you know? Like, what was it? Like in World War II, what was it? The King Tiger tank and stuff like that the Germans had used so many materials. They only had like not many of them, you know, whereas yeah, you can keep making the smaller reliable tanks, you know, because they didn't require obviously as many materials as the King Tiger tank, but you know, I don't know. So I don't know how many they got, what how often they deploy them, if they only deploy them in you know, under certain circumstances. You know, obviously if the other side has, you know, a Titan, you know, obviously there's Chaos Titans, there's Tyranid Bio Titans, the Hyro Titan, Hierophant Titan, I think. Eldar have Titans as well. I can't remember what they're called, so, you know, maybe they deploy those if the other side has a Titan deployed, you know, just to kind of counter it. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, it was still really cool learning about those things. And the sheer size of those. Some of those, what did they say, up to 200 meters, which is what, 656 feet. Seeing something like that must be like, wow, you know? That's like, I don't even know, what, 600? That's like as big as, I don't know. Trying to find something that would, you know, that would kind of rival it. Tallest buildings in China. There's a couple of buildings, so small than some buildings. I can't find anything that's you know, as close, but yeah, just seeing something that big walking around would be absolutely impressive. That'd just be a sight to see. So maybe like a little bit smaller than seeing the One World Trade Center walking around. That would be insane. That would be absolutely insane, but still really cool to see something like that. But yeah, and then of course they did have specialized ones, one for long range, obviously, one for melee. I think they said one for anti-air and stuff like that. So that is pretty cool that they're all specialized, you know, for whatever needs are required and stuff like that. And then there was what did they say? One about psychic abilities, which is pretty interesting to you know, see a Titan using psychic abilities and stuff. So pretty cool. All right, so let's jump over to Warhammer Fest, which is currently going on. It is on day 3 right now at the time that I am recording this video, which is Wednesday, May 5th. So we've got day 1, which started Monday, and bring this over here. So the first day was Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and a whole bunch of really cool stuff got announced. Don't really know too much about any of this stuff. You know, ever since they changed it to Age of Sigmar, everything is completely different. You know, there's, what is it? Grand Alliance Order, Grand Alliance Chaos, Grand Alliance Death, Grand Alliance Destruction. Yeah, I don't know. I miss the old days where it was, you know, back in my day, it was all broken up by the different races and stuff. You know, you wanted to play Empire, there was a section for Empire. Now it's under, what, Grand Alliance Order or something like that. So I don't know how, like, any of this stuff even works. Can you take units from anything and make clumped army? Oh, I want some dwarves, I want some Empire, I want some elves, and my army, you know? I don't know how it works. But yeah, some new stuff got obviously announced and stuff like that. Broken Realms Kragnos. So we got a little video here about Kragnos. His model looks actually really badass.
I was not born a god. With my mortal strength, I triumph.
I kind of like this animation. It's pretty cool.
For my weapons, I took the beating heart of the land and forged it anew. I took the treasure that defied the twin-headed god. I broke the bones of gods and drank deep of their power. The green ones understood. None stood before me and lived.
So he was
Not beast,
worshipped
not
by the
friend,
orcs?
Not their empires. All fell in dust and ruin. Until cowardly sorcerers snared me in a net of deception and bound me in chains beneath
So the
mountain.
Lizardmen's are the one that locked him up.
Now I am free, but my people are gone. The weak remain.
So he's kind of like a minotaur.
But now I am the end of empires. I am destruction incarnate.
Okay, so I guess orcs and ogres
I
worship him?
am Kragnos.
Okay, so I guess orcs and ogres worship him? But either way, it's still pretty cool. Kragnos, the end of empires, free at last from his mystical bonds and ancient god earthquakes, slayer of dragons and force of destruction, has returned to rock the mortal realms. And then, of course, they show off the model, which looks so cool. That looks so cool. Damn, that looks so cool. Look at the shield and the mace. living earthquake approaches. That was so cool. That model looks badass. The last survivor of an ancient race, Kragnos is like nothing we've seen in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. He's worshipped as a god by the forces of destruction. Alright, so who exactly is the forces of destruction? Obviously, from that video we saw, it looked like orcs and ogres. Let's see, all armies of destruction, orcs, giants, ogres. Yeah, so I guess orcs, giant, and ogres is considered the Grand Order of Destruction. So I guess they are the ones that worship him. But either way, he looks badass. He must have some sort of buff or bonus fighting against lizardmen, because he's got, looks like a lot of lizardmen, you know, the shield, the mace and stuff like that. Oh, here we go. Here's another cool picture. Look at that. How cool is that? First we had, you know, Bellicor, which looked awesome. These big models are just absolutely insane. Yeah, so he must get some sort of, I'll say bonus against, like, lizardmen or something like that. Commands respect from the armies of destruction who value strength and power more than anything else. They worshipped him in ancient times. Popping up. Icon of destruction. And held in awe by all warriors that belong to the Grand Alliance of Destruction. Add 1 to the bravery characteristic of friendly destruction units wholly within 12 inches of this model. What the hell's bravery? Is that leadership? The disc of his shield, Tuskbreaker, earned his name by clipping Gorgamork's tooth. Wow. Broken Realms. That's actually a really cool looking book. There's more pictures. And then we get some stuff from vampires here. This actually looks really good. All the models look cool. I'm gonna say it for like everything. They all look really cool. But yeah, here's another badass video from them. Luca Val, Mother of Nightmares. Vengorian Lord. Oh, I love the wolves. Especially that little crow picking skin off. That one. Yeah, I like that one, little crow. First of the Vicros. Conquerors of Undeath, coming in May 2021. Luca Vi, Mother of Nightmares. Slake their thirst on very large, strongest prey. They're led in battle by Luca Vi. Her twisted body rears up high over the battlefield, splendorous in horror form, representing dark, irresistibly nature, soul-blight grave lords. Luca Vi makes the perfect centerpiece to your collection, and we can't wait to see how people paint her up. That looks awesome. I kind of like this model more than the other one. Yeah, this one here. I don't know, they're both kind of cool, but I kind of like this one a little bit more, even though it's pretty much the same thing. Instead of the sword being pointed out, it's being hoisted over his head, pretty much. Radukar the Beast. He looks pretty cool, too. Is he supposed to be like Strigoi? The wolf's demise had been greatly exaggerated. Now known as the Beast, his animal rage has been unleashed. He bides his time prowling Shyless and plotting revenge. Swollen with power and corruption in form, he has retained his animal cunning, lust for power, and thirst for blood. He looks pretty cool. Not too sure about this one, though. Vampire Ancient Belong Edition and powerful sorcerer to boot. Okay, so he's a sorcerer. The matriarch of the Viacros is a force to be reckoned with. Oh, she? Oh, I thought that was a dude. She's said to be able to command direwolves directly and even curse living mortals to become wolves with a gesture of a wizard in hand. Wow. And then, of course, we got the new direwolves, which look really cool. And we got some more pictures here. And Warhammer Age of Sigmar Soul Arena. Yeah, new mobile game and stuff like that. So we got a new mobile game. Alright, let's go back to Warhammer Fest Day 2. Warhammer 40,000. And it looks like we got a lot of Sisters of Battle.
God Emperor, hear my prayer.
Ooh, I didn't
As
see
our
this before.
worlds burn and our faith is tested, give us your strength. As our bodies break and our people falter, give us your fury. As our enemies fall and their works are cast down, give them your mercy. For they shall not have mine!
Oh, I like that battle suit. You got the little joysticks and stuff that you can use to control the arms and everything. That's a really cool banner. I like that banner. Those shields look really nice. Ah, new codex. So there we go. Got some new Sisters of Battle stuff. I'm not going to read everything, but I'll just go over some of the pictures and stuff like that. But that looks really cool. That battle suit and stuff. You can see the yeah, I guess we can say joysticks in her hands to control the arms and stuff. That's really neat. I like that. That's really cool. More in-depth, closer pictures. Let's see. Astrid Thurga and Aganthi Dolan. Most recent Battle Sisters Bulletin as the bearer of the banner known as the Auto Tapestry of the Emperor's Judgment. Okay, that does look really good. That banner looks badass. The flaming sword and everything. Yeah, is that a flaming sword? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that looks really cool. On the tabletop, if Astrid Thurga plants her sacred standard at the right place in time, the time of a battle can be turned in an instant. These Holy Sisters serve as a great addition to the Crusade force. Not only do they fit in thematically, but they also come with a pair of abilities that interact well with the bespoke Adeptus Sororitas Crusade rules in the new Codex. Whether you're a player or painter, they are perfect for your collection. Dogmata? Hope I said that right. I'm probably butchering all these names. Who serves as judge, jury, and executioner of the Order Militants. From our reveal earlier this year, she'll soon bring her stern gaze, unflinching determination, and whopping great mace to the armies of the Adeptus Sororitas. That does look really cool. Although it's kind of like I've seen something of that model once before. I think they kind of used it in like a different model. I think it was a fantasy model or something like that. Kind of like the same pose. I can't remember where I've seen it, but kind of looks a little familiar, but does work. Palantine, first seen back July last year. Has since starred in her playing Battle Box. You'll be available separately for the first time alongside the Adeptus Sororitas Codex launch. And then we got these ones right here, which look really good. I love those maces. The shields look awesome. Yeah, look at those shields. And then you can see the little gun right there sticking out from the side, so they can use it as a shield and as a gun. How cool is that? Hidden bolter right behind the shield. And then we got this. Paragon Warsuits. That does look really nice. Oh, you can kind of customize it, I think. You can either have a... Oh, you can have a couple of different things. Okay, so you can either have a mace and Stormbolter, I'd say, or... You can either have a sword or a melta. Or you can do the sword and autocannon, I'm guessing. And then you get a couple of different heads and stuff like that. Kind of see the white here on this one. You can see the bionicle eye on that one, and then the other one's got the helmet and stuff like that. So those are really nice. And then of course we got the tank, which looks really nice. I like all the different little, you know, little trinkets and symbols and stuff like that all over it. And then of course the new codex and stuff like that. What's this new book? Warhammer Act 2, the Book of Fire, Warzone, Charadon. Video, what the hell?
Charadon festers. Worlds of mankind writhing beneath thy touch. The Iron Planet stands alone, and it too shall rust. My victory is nigh. For the Corpse Emperor rallies his finest, and they will be found wanting. All shall become rot and despair. Decay comes for all.
Ah, Papa Nurgle.
Is Nurgle's grave.
Everything will rot away.
When the night is darkest and the shadows unfurl, I will take what is mine.
Damn. Okay, the Book of Fire is the next chapter in this campaign. Oh, okay, so it's a campaign. And it sees fresh forces being drawn into the escalating conflict, including demonic hordes of Be'lakor. So there we go. Wow, that's a pretty big book. Yep, and then just some more pictures here. Yep, looks like some scenery and stuff like that. And there we go. So a lot of stuff for Sisters of Battle. What do you guys think about that? Are you happy, you know, the Sisters of Battle got some attention, or would you have rather seen a different army get some attention? Tyranids, Eldar, Dark Eldar, you know, anyone else? Let me know. And oh, Warhammer Fast Online Day 3 Black Library. What do we got here? Anything interesting? Gaunt's Ghosts. Ah, okay. I'm familiar with the name, don't really know too much about them. If you're not familiar, Gaunt's Ghosts are the protagonist in the long-running series depicting the trials and tribulations of Ibram Gaunt and his ill-fated Astra Militarum regiment. Faithful readers of the books no doubt have a soft spot for the original cast, who served as the Colonel Commissar most trusted retainer. Well, they're back. They've been redesigned in plastic to create a reimagined set of miniatures that really brings each of the key characters from early Gaunt's Ghost books to life. Interesting. Colonel Commissar Ibram Gaunt. So that must be his. So there's his new model and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool to, you know, see that play out like on a show or an animation or something like that. Colonel Colm Kobrek. Yeah, I'm probably butchering these names. But the models do look really nice. Major Elam Rain. Master Sniper. Try Again Bragg. Sergeant Scout. And okay, looks like we got some other things here. Insurgency. New novel takes us back to the early days. We learn a dark secret that haunts them ever since. This mega limited edition includes a beautifully bound copy of the book itself, plus a whole host of extras. You'll find a pair of maps, a cap pin, coins, art, a metal memory box, and loads more. Also includes a data sheet with rules to use Gaunt's Ghost in your games of Warhammer 40,000. That does look really cool. And then, of course, the book itself. Word Crusade. This universe reference book is packed with art, background covering spelling Sabbath's World Crusade. Another limited edition. Serpent and the Saint. So, okay, so a lot of books and stuff. I guess day 3 was about the Black Library. Siege of Terra, Warhawk. Ooh, Motarian. The siege enters a frantic new phase as the traitor vanguard nears the heart of the palace. The defenders of Abaddon's caution, launching a desperate gambit to hold them off for as long as possible. Jagatai Khan, Warhawk of the Korgus, yeah, I probably said that wrong, springs into action with a scheme of his own, a counter-offensive aimed at taking back the critical Lion's Gate spaceport. Ooh. He prepares to face down an old enemy, who's now empowered by foul energies beyond understanding. The Warhawk knows that to defeat could mean the end of his legion and of Terra itself. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Broken City, Sanctioned Sin, Grim Repast, Traitor Rock. Wow, so a lot of books. And there we go. Looks like that is it for day 3 of Warhammer Fest. So a lot of interesting stuff. I'd really like to see some of these things like play out, you know, in like an animation or a TV series or just anything really. I think that'd be really cool to see. Yep, Black Library, Book Bonanza, and new miniatures. I can't remember what the other days were because I think there's like it's a week-long event. Warhammer. I thought there was a the Warhammer store and cafe in Los Angeles is celebrating its grand opening. Wow. LA is about to get a whole lot more Warhammer in the form of a brand new destination store and cafe. Cafe. Okay. For 2-week celebration starting on June 12th, including the opportunity to get your hands on hard-to-find models and swag. Oh, that'd be so cool. Oh, are these the models? Among other goodies, you can pick up a few items that can be found at new store openings, like Ripper Jackson, Berserk the Indomitable, Lena Stormspire, and Sergeant Joven, plus a set of commemorative dice. Okay, those models look bad. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is so cool. I really want that. Look at that. The chainsaw just stuck right in the orc's head. And you can see the blood dripping down off of it. And he's just like holding his helmet like, yeah, what? That one's not bad. Actually, all of them are really cool. Oh, that must be the commemorative dice. Those look really nice. Damn. Why do I gotta be on the other side of the country? I'd love to see that. Well, hopefully there'll be like some videos and stuff like that of people going to, you know, to check it out. I mean, that is kind of interesting. That's a store and a cafe. I wonder what type of, you know, stuff they're gonna serve. I kind of wonder how big the place is gonna be. If it's gonna be a store, I'm assuming there's gonna be like tables and stuff like that, so people can go in and play. And if it's a cafe, I mean, it's gonna be a pretty big store to hold all that, I'm assuming. So hopefully when it comes, you know, there'll be at least some pictures, people taking videos and stuff like that, because I'd really like to check it out. You know, since there's really no stores around, you know. They closed them all down, which is why I stopped working with Games Workshop, you know, because like I said, they closed my store down, and they're like, yep, we're all done with the stores. It's like, what? Why are you closing down all the stores and getting rid of all the Games Workshop stores? You know, we were a very profitable store. Why? And like, sorry, we're closing. It's like, oh, great. Thanks. And then there went my job. Yeah, Warhammer Fest, yeah. Oh, I thought that gave the listing of the days, because they had a listing for all the days of Warhammer Fest, like, you know, May 3rd was Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Day 2, 40K, Day 3, obviously the Black Library, I forget what Day 4 and Day 5 was going to be about. I don't know, maybe some new games or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, but anyways, yeah, just taking another quick look to see if there was anything else interesting to go over and stuff like that. Alright, but anyways, this video has gone way too long. The actual video I was watching was only like 11 minutes long. The rest of the video is me going over everything here and stuff like that. I mean, but that's what happens, you know, once you start checking things out, you know. Ooh, that looks really cool. See? That's what happens. You click on something else and then you get distracted by all the different things. You know, what was this? Painting? Yep, painting competition for April. Oh, man. I really like the colors on the Skink Priest. Although the fire on the Gaunt Summoner looks really nice. Okay, I gotta stop. Otherwise, this video will be well over an hour long, and then, yeah, I'm sure, like, nobody's made it this far in the video, I'm betting. So, yeah. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, that'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description box below. And, of course, leave me all your thoughts and comments. What do you guys think about the Warlord-Class Battle Titan? And what do you think about Warhammer Fest? What do you think about the Age of Sigmar models, the 40K models? Are you happy that it was Sisters of Battle that kind of got some loving? Or do you wish it would have been a different army? Like I said, Eldar, Tyranids, Tau, Chaos, any other army do you think should have gotten a little bit of loving? So let me know. And of course, other than that, stick around. You know, I still got more episodes of If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device to do. I still have more Voldemort's Guide to Warhammer videos to definitely cover, because I'm really enjoying those videos as well. Even though it seems like not many people watch them, so I don't know if people are really interested in those ones or not, but they are there if you want to watch them. I have been doing a lot of Dark Angels ones, so maybe you're not a fan of Dark Angels. How dare you, as me, so maybe that could be why. Maybe if I move into something different, you know, you'll check them out. But yeah, other than that, just stick around. More videos are on the way, and I will see you guys next time.